Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Angela. I am a full-time voiceover artist and audiobook narrator, and my channel is dedicated to those of you that are just getting started out in this wonderful world of voiceover and audiobook narration. And through my channel, I share with you some techniques that I use every day in my own voiceover business, and I answer your questions. So today I wanted to touch on something that would be very, very useful for those of you that are just getting started in audiobook narration or have been maybe in it in a while and don't know about this really awesome tool that will help you kind of ferret out what could be a scam or someone that could be using your time, take your work, and, you know, it turns out that it's not a legit rights holder that owns the rights to this book. And this has been happening quite a lot lately. Although I do have to say that ACX, from my understanding, has been taking the time to go back through the backlog of all of these rights holders that are in ACX, looking for a narrator to narrate their books, to ferret out some of these people that are there for ill-meaning purposes. And if you don't know what ACX is an arm of Amazon where authors and narrators come together to make an audiobook production that you hear on Audible. And as an audiobook narrator, you can go to ACX and you can audition for different titles that are there, looking for narrators and produce an audiobook, either with royalty share or pay for production or per finished hour type of payments, and also royalty share plus. And I do go over some of these different pay types in another video, and I will link that card up above for you if you're interested in different pay types. And I know it's really disheartening to get that first book or your second book or even your fifth book, and you spend all of the time narrating it, producing it, and collaborating with this person who claims they are the rights holder of this book, just to have then the book be pulled from Audible, and all of that time is for naught, unfortunately. And it does happen. Luckily, it has happened to me before I finished the audiobook, so I didn't go through the entire production just to find out that it was a scam. And again, ACX is working to get these people off of their platform. So going forward, hopefully that won't be as much of a consideration when you're looking for an audiobook to narrate. But I do have a couple tools for you today that will help you to determine whether a title is, something that you want to invest your time into. So that's what we're going to take a look at today. And if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's get into it. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to take a look at, we're going to hop on over to my ACX page, and I'm going to show you some of the titles that are listed for audiobook narration, some of the titles that are looking for auditions to produce an audiobook. Okay, so here we have my titles accepting auditions page in ACX. So as you can see, there are 1,034 titles matching my search, which is basically excluding titles with pending offers and are looking for a female narrator. I think those are the only two filters that I have active on these. So there are 1,000 books, over 1,000 titles looking for a narrator to narrate these titles. So the first tool that I recommend that you check out is Audiobook Scout. Now, I had a profile with Audiobook Scout a while back, but I let it lapse, of course. So I'm going to re-sign up for another free trial, and I'm going to give you the rundown as to what it can do for you. So all I did was I hit that free trial button, and now and it looks like we get a free trial for a month. So now I'm going to sign up for my free month. Okay, so after you sign up and after your free trial has expired, you have two different choices for a plan. You have the basic, which is $5 a month. Looks like you get 2 daily email updates, and I'll show you what these are in a moment. And then up to 2 specific searches. And you can save or hide listings. And it says this is great for beginners, a great way to get started finding the best projects tailored to your needs, coming to your inbox every day. And then our other choice is Scout Pro, which is $10 a month. And it looks like there is a annual discount. If you sign up annually to renew annually, you get a 10% discount. You get hourly pro email updates, and I'm going to go pro, so we're going to see what that means. We get up to 10 searches, and we can save or hide listings, and we can do pro filtering by rank, ratings, and reviews. And then we also get sales rank tracking, auto save and hide authors and publishers. So if you have a particular publisher that you enjoy working with, you can save them. Or if you have one that you may think might be a little bit fishy or had a bad experience with in the past, you can auto hide that author. So, what it says at the bottom is this: perfect for pros, be the first to audition with hourly notifications. Pro filtering and tracking gives you everything you need to keep track of and research titles on one page. Sounds very interesting. So, let's check it out. Okay, so I just signed up using my PayPal account, which is very, very easy as I like to keep everything in and out of PayPal. So, signing up with PayPal made it really super easy. So, now let's go find some projects. Sorry for the interruption. I had Amazon at the door. Okay, so it looks like we have, let's see, this week ACX changed many options in genre, accent, and length. They have been renamed, added, and deleted items in these categories. Edit your searches and review these categories to make sure you've checked off everything you want. See the FAQ for help with editing searches. Okay, so up here at the top, we have, this is from my previous membership that I had lapsed, so it saved my previous filters. And what I had was saved was over 6 hours of finished audio per finished hour. And then I also had saved under 6 hours for royalty share. And you can add any kind of search that you want if you want to only look for a specific type of genre or genres. You can select those here. So I think I'm going to do, I like arts and entertainment, biographies, business and careers, children's audiobooks. Actually, we're going to make this a very specific filter. So I'm just going to do sort of not e-learning, but self-help. We're going to look for self-help. So money and finance, parenting and personal development, politics and social sciences, relationships, parenting, personal. So basically everything other than like fiction or nonfiction. We're going to do education and learning. We're going to do health and wellness, history, home and garden, LGBTQ plus, no literature and fiction, and computers and technology. I think, sports and outdoors and science and engineering. Yeah. And then we're going to do fiction, nonfiction. We're just going to leave it as any. Language will be English. Gender will be, I'm going to leave this as any because a lot of authors are undecided as to what gender they would like to narrate their book. So I'm going to leave it as any, just to leave it open to maybe more titles. Voice age, I'm going to leave it at, no, actually, I'm going to make it middle-aged and adult. Yeah. Accent, we're going to do American, general American. Vocal style, I'm going to leave as any because I find that a lot of authors don't really choose or just haphazardly choose one. So I'm going to leave this as any for the the requested vocal style. Length for this one, I'm going to do under 3 hours and under 3 hours would be good for me. And then budget, I'm going to leave as any just because I want to see what comes back to me. And then after the budget, we can, with the Scout Pro, because I went for the Pro option, which is $10 a month, I can specify what kind of sales rank I want to see. And obviously, the lower the number, the better it's selling. And this would be more applicable for royalty share. But since I left it open to any, I'm not going to specify a sales rank. I just want to see what comes up. Free and unranked, I'm going to include. Just again, because I want to see what comes up. Require any ratings if this book is going to have what kind of review rating that the book has. And again, if it is pay for production or if you're being paid per finished hour, the rating isn't really going to apply because you're not dependent on how well the book sells. For royalty share, this would be more applicable for royalty share than for pay for production. So I'm going to leave this as any rating. And then again, the last one is require number of reviews. And I'm going to leave this as none because per finished hour doesn't really matter how many reviews you have. But if you were going for royalty share, I would get more, I'd say 25 or more reviews. That means the book is well reviewed and it has more than one or two. It has actually been read. And the more reviews it has, the more likely it's going to be sold again and sold and hopefully sell many copies going forward for royalty share. But I'm going to leave it as none. And if I really wanted to, I can include specific keywords for books that I want to work on. So you could really drill down and make this very specific and what kind of books that you want to see. But I'm going to leave this as it is now, and we're going to save this search. And now here is the results of my new search. Now, looking at these, we have green flags and some of them have little dollar signs. Now, if you hover over these, you can actually hide the title if you wanted to. And if you wanted to see those hidden books, you can go back and unhide them if you want to, if you made a mistake. So let's take a look at some of these listings to see what else we can see. I'm going to go for weight loss and feeling healthy. We're going to take a look at this one. So what comes up as is a little bit more information about this listing. We can see that the status is open. They do not currently have an offer on the table for another narrator. It was opened 2 days ago. The book was published 1 week ago. It has no current reviews and it has no Kindle rank. It has no current Kindle rank. Maybe because that the book has not been fully published yet. I don't know. We'll see. But typically, when you publish a book for the first time, a new book, you start out with a high sales rank because Amazon is trying to help you be seen. So they're going to promote you a little bit in the beginning. So your sales rank is typically going to be pretty low as soon as the book is published. This one has no rank, so I'm not quite sure why that is. But we can also see the word count, which is just under 7,000 words. Estimated length is 0.7 hours for 7,000 words. And the budget is royalty share. And we can see a description here of what the author had put in, an outlook on nutrition and exercise to set realistic goals and guidelines. Any comments from the author will be in here. This will be a royalty share project. The first page from the audition script should be enough. And these are the categories that this book is currently in. Now, if we want to, we can view this title on ACX itself. We can view this title on Amazon, which I recommend that you do. And then we can also see the full Scout profile. We're going to take a look at that. So it looks like the full profile is basically just an expanded view of that snapshot we saw earlier. So we get a book preview. So this is actually the look inside that you see on Amazon when you're looking at books to buy. So it looks like we can take a little bit of a view as to how this book is written. And maybe, especially for a book like this, you would want to see if there's any difficult words that you might need to tackle. Let's take a look at the Goodreads review. Sorry, this book is not on Goodreads, so we can't read the review there. And if we want to see the audition, it looks like we might even be able to download the audition script right from here. So this is nice. All right, so we can either save this book or we can hide it. And then we can go back to the search results. Just taking a look at another one of these books. This one looks like it's still open for auditions. It was posted about a week ago. The book was published 11 months ago. It has a 5-star rating, a single 5-star rating. It has a Kindle rank of just over 2 million. The word count is 6,200, so it's just about 0.7 hours of finished audio. And their budget is between $100 and $200 per finished hour. There's the description. And it looks like the comments from the authors that they want someone between 50 and 60 years old sounding for the voice. It looks like they are looking for male because it's down here in the category. So we're going to go ahead and skip that one. And just one more. Here is another one that was posted about a week ago. It is still open for auditions. It was published a week ago. It currently has no reviews, and it is published. So the Kindle rank is just over 1 million. The word count is 45,000. So the estimated length of this book is just under 5 finished hours. And their budget is between $50 to $100 per finished hour. So this book could be, if you wanted to do the $100 per finished hour, this would be a $500 book finished. And keep in mind that each finished hour is a good, depending on your skill level, could be anywhere from 3 to 6 hours of work. So essentially, this book could be roughly about 30 hours of work, depending on your skill level, because that finished hour includes the time it takes to narrate, to edit, to format, and master this audiobook. So it's not a 5-hour job. It's quite a bit more than that. And then if you go over into your profile, you can set your settings for how often you want these alerts of new books that fit your criteria for any of your searches to be emailed to you. Now, in the pro version of this membership that I'm in, I can receive them hourly. I can receive notifications of new books listed to be narrated every hour, depending on my search criteria. So you could set it for hourly, every 4 hours, daily, weekly, or none. You can come in here on your own accord and look for any listings that pop up matching your criteria. I would highly recommend having a email notification sent to you so you know when that book is listed. And you can see in the email pretty much the same snapshot we saw here on the site. It'll give you the results of your search and the green flags, and there will be red flags on the book if there's anything noted as maybe being a little bit of an issue. If ACX's software picks up that there might be a discrepancy somewhere in the listing or within the author's information that they submitted for this listing, there will be a red flag. If you recall, when we looked at the listings on the page just before we went here, there were green flags on all of the covers. Those are open and ready to be auditioned for. Now, if there's a red flag, that means that you might want to take another look or double check. You might even want to avoid it altogether. That red flag means there's something in there that's just not adding up. So that in itself is a great tool to have with Audiobook Scout. And then back to the settings here, you can also determine what time of day that you could have these emails sent to you. I'm going to set it to any time because I'm full time. I can receive these emails anytime I like. You can set your time zone, and it'll ask you if you want to hide all of the flagged listings. So if anything comes up with a red flag, it's going to ask you whether or not you actually want to see it. I'm going to set it to yes. I don't want to see anything with a red flag, anything that could be maybe determined as a scam. So I'm going to skip those altogether and then save your profile. And then also another great tool to use through Audiobook Scout is what they call their Acx Author Snoop. What you can do if you come to Audiobook Scout to Author Snoop, and I'll leave a link down below for you to easily find it, you can grab this button and drag it up into your bookmarks, at the top of your browser. And when you go to ACX, here, I'll show you. So here I am in ACX. Let's just choose one of these to look at. Let's take a look at this one. Once you're actually within the title information, the audition page, you can click on Acx Author Snoop, and you can see a snapshot about this particular author and any books that they have completed in the past. So you can see that Carmen Lyons matches the name on the title of the book. You can see that they already have one completed project, and she has another book open for audition. So let's go back and select another. Let's take a look at this one. So here we go. I'm going to click Acx Author Snoop. And we can see the name here on their profile matches the name on the book title. And it looks like she's got 2 open for audition now. And then she's also got 18 completed projects, 18 books that are already on Audible. And then if we wanted to, we could take a look at any of these books on Amazon and see how well they are selling. Because chances are, if an author has many titles available, they probably have a fan base. So doing one of her books, one of these 2 that are open for audition, is probably going to guarantee you at least some sales, right? If she's got a fan base. So this is another great tool. The Acx Author Snoop is another great tool to have if you are an audiobook narrator working through Acx. So there we go. There are a couple of great useful tools to have if you are an audiobook narrator specifically working through Acx. These are some great tools to have, and definitely check out Audiobook Scout and then also the Acx Author Snoop. These are great tools to have, and I will put those links down below for you to easily find these tools. And that's pretty much all I have for you today. I hope that saves you some time and helps you out going forward. If you have any questions about audiobooks or voiceover or anything like that, please leave them down below for me. If you would like to know more about me, my work, or how I can help you get started in audiobook narration, or if you're an author looking for your audiobook to be narrated, I can do that for you. Please check out my website, voiceoverangela.com. And if you found this video helpful, please hit the like and subscribe buttons. I really appreciate that. And until next time, thank you so much for your time, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.